This man witnessed a terrifying scene, a massive wall of smoke rapidly advancing behind them. They rushed into two large planes for shelter, but the runway ahead was gone. With no room to take off, the plane began to plummet. Tension gripped everyone on board. The pilot stood up and ran to the rear controls, leaving the inexperienced Tom in the cockpit. Ahead, buildings were collapsing. They were about to crash, but with quick maneuvering, the plane leveled out just in time. They were safe for now. These were the world's elites, headed to a secret survival ark. The global disaster had already begun. Elsewhere, people were being treated in makeshift outdoor hospitals. Suddenly, the ground shook violently. Doctors and nurses shielded the patients as best they could. But nearby buildings began to crumble. Governments were powerless in the face of these unstoppable natural disasters. People gathered in churches to pray, only for the churches to collapse too. Panic spread as everyone fled for their lives. Out at sea, things were no better. People on ships clung to stability as chaos unfolded. Food carts slid wildly. Passengers braced themselves, using whatever heavy objects they could find. But nothing helped. The captain forced open a door and saw a nightmare. A towering wave approaching, easily flipping the entire ship. It would never sail again. Meanwhile, the once safe hospital on land was now being buried in snow. The waves, carrying shipwrecks, crashed inland, sweeping destruction across everything. Back in the air, the rich continued to enjoy luxury cars and a fleeting sense of peace. But turbulence hit. They scrambled for protective gear. The shaking worsened. Some jumped into the cars for safety. In a split-second decision, one man slammed the accelerator, and they drove out of the cargo bay. Behind them, every remaining vehicle was crushed. The plane skidded out of control, scraping just above the earth. With no other option, the pilot began to pray. The plane barely stopped at the cliff's edge, but the pilot wasn't so lucky. It tipped and plunged into the abyss.